Hello guys, here we are in 2NL. We're gonna play a session, two table on fast poker. We'll try to play a very simple and effective gameplay so you can reproduce it at home. Here I like to raise by hand. He fold a lot to free bet, 65%, and in small blind this is a position where his range is the wildest. And the other reason is that if he shoves, he don't have a lot of possibility here with his stack. Can fold. Uh, he's in a situation where he can fold or shove. It would be complex for him to put everything in the middle. Ace 9 suited. We open, that's and I will c bet to value my hand because I expect my opponent to call with worse hand than mine. When we have someone that's limp at the table, it's usually a recreative player, so you can have the label to him. And we want to isolate most of our hand against that guy, especially hand with a high card like an ace, a king, or a queen. Here the flop is wonderful. You don't want to hide the strength of your hand. Here you want to take absolutely value. So here he has something or he has nothing. So in the case he has something, I like to bet expensive. I mean he has a 7 or a queen, and I want to take value on this kind of hand. And even if I bet small, it will fold everything. So I want to target this end to take maximum value on it. Seven, that's a hand I will open and we'll call the shove. And here we called. We absolutely don't care about the result. It's up to the chance, to the luck you have. It shouldn't impact you morally. You're here to play your best poker, to take the best decision, and you absolutely don't care about the final result. Okay, here I will not c bet. If I c bet here, it's a pure bluff. I think this card collapses a lot with his range. So I just check and hope. He checks back turn, and we can go to a showdown. Because we still have an ace, which is alive. He might have some king, some 10. Here, when he checked every street, I think he's more likely to have some showdown value. So an ace or a king on the river. Yeah, if I was him, I would have tried to bluff. Jack 10 off, we will open that at the small blind. Here the board is very dry. I like to c bet because we have some advantage. We are more likely to have a good queen in our range. And we also have many cards on the turn that we may want to c bet. Like an ace, a king, a 9 for example, that open a straight draw. The two barrel is a very strong action you can do. Betting flop and betting turn, or betting turn and betting river. So it's good to know that there is some board you can c bet and hope, and you can already determine the card on the turn where you will continuously bet. Okay, Jack 10 here we called. Here is supposed to bet a lot. He did, and here I will fold. I said here I'm gonna isolate. We have an ace. This player are recreative and we are at the button, so we will be always in position. It means that post flop we will be the last player to play. So now I'm in position. I know my opponent action first, and then it's my turn. So here I about his stack. He has 21 big blind. I can take everything into street. So I like to check on the flop. So if he wants to bet turn and river, it's okay for me. Okay, we call. And here bets, we're just gonna show and hope he has a king. So I think it's the best turn we can target our lower ace. Okay, we can do that because we ID'd the strength of our hand. We checked on the flop. He bet on the turn. We just call on the turn. So we don't have a lot of ace in our range. Well, that's why I'm showing. Here I'm folding against under the gun open. Here I'm folding. Let's play simple. We don't want to play this kind of hand in a out of position situation. Because when we call on the big blind, we will be the first one to talk post flop. And this is the worst situation for you. You will be the first to talk against the under gun. It will be very complex for you to play and to take value. That's why it's very important to open a lot of hands and to play aggressive at the button. So you're playing your situation. Okay, here my opponent checked. I want to bet expensive here. Okay, we have an under gun with Queen Jack suited. Here is good flop for not a real good flop because it's a monocolor board. Usually what I do on monocolor board is betting 1/3. Here we're against two player. I think we'll get called too often and our equity is not very high. We are playing for a 9 or an ace, but it shouldn't be diamond, so we don't have a lot of out here. Here I will free bet ace queen off. We are under the gun. We should keep in mind that yeah, he could have some better end than ours. So here we're just folding, especially in fast poker. When they do that, we have a really strong hand. Okay, the open is very small. Let's free bet. Okay, here we got call. We see the flop. I will see bet like with a high frequency. When we do something with a high frequency at poker, we usually downsize. So this is what I'm gonna do here. I will bet 1/3. We got instant raise. He took his decision very fast, so he knew before I bet that he would do that. So it's usually good hands that he have. He had. So we fold. Uh, Especially at this limit, what we want is to value our best hand against the opponent. And we want to also fold good hands when our opponent becomes very aggressive. So this is exactly what we are doing. Okay, we decided to isolate against him. You don't bet. When you don't bet, just do what you have planned to do. Just consider that as a check. So yeah, I would have check, so I would just call. We call the turn, and we will fold the river. Usually, yeah, it's very creative. He bet free barrel. I'm not gonna call. I would have called probably with ace queen, a better queen at least. Ace 10, I like to see bet. It's offsuit. So when it's offsuit, it has less playability than ace 10 suited. In that case, I prefer to free bet than calling. Here, the flop is beautiful. We want to value our hand, especially we need some protection because on the turn many cards might impact us, especially highest card than 10. So Jack, Queen, King, for example. The biggest opponent in cash game is the rake. So it's very important to be aggressive pre-flop. That way you will not be impacted by the rake. Uh, it's the case on that poker room on Winamax. If we win a hand pre-flop, um, they don't take rake in the end. But if you see a card, the rake is important. Winning hands pre-flop is very interesting. That's why you need to develop your free bet range. Here I'm gonna fold. We called because the free bet was very small. It's very important to have a right sizing of free bet. If we are in position, we free bet 3x the open usually. When we are out of position, we have to free bet at least 4x the open. That is the minimum value. You can increase the sizing if you want. Okay, here I like to see bet. We have range advantage. So it will fold very often on the c bet. There is some card we can second barrel as a 10, for example, a jack, an ace, a king for sure. Pair of 9. Here we have double pair. We can try to value our hand. Here we want to value our hand, especially because we don't have spade. So we will more likely have a spade combination and might want to call this kind of draw. And because we want some protection for sure. Okay, here I'm folding. As I said, I want to be aggressive. against opponents, but when they are aggressive with me, I'm not fighting. Folding is always a good solution. Keep that in mind. Yeah, I'm calling. We have good equity. We have to 5 to add in 23 big blind pots. And this is a hand that can make some nuts. Yeah, I'm calling ace queen. He checked very fast. Usually, I'll be careful. And here I'm folding. You can see here I have good hands. I have top pair. But I know if that guy just decided to don't bet in two player, he has a better hand than this. You can stay to see if he overcall. Okay, here I like to open. We'll try to take the free money in the middle. The flop is wonderful. We can see bet or we can also check raise. It's important also to try some different strategy, especially when you're in 2NL because in 2NL, I mean, your experience doesn't have a big impact on your bankroll. For sure, we are calling. We might have some bluff, and we still have a third pair. Here we are calling. As we said, one big blind is like checking. So I would have checked, so I'm calling. Here I'm calling. I need to pay one to win around 20 big blinds. So I need to win one times on 20 to be worth it. Okay. Okay. So here I called. I can now fold this situation 19 times, and it's worth it. Here we are checking. We don't have any end to value except a hand with a club. What might call. And we just hope he has an ace high or a pair of three. It was SI. Here I'm not betting. I could have because we have range advantage. And there is some card we might want to bet on the turn. But we are against two player, and I'm at this limit. I'm not very happy to bluff in two other player. So in multi-way pot, I will usually play very value oriented. We really like to call suited hands in big blind. Because on the flop, he might have some bluff when he second barrel on the turn. It would be very difficult for me to call. especially because we are out of position and we don't have many outs on the river, so we can fold. Here, the board is advantage more is range in big blind. You will more likely have some 6, 7, some 5 hands like that. I don't really like to bluff here. Here, I want to be aggressive pre-flop. There is a lot of dead money. And this guy might have a hand, he just limped. He can trap, but this one doesn't have a good hand. He would have raised. So he would just, okay, he's calling. So usually it's a 50-50. Let's go. It is. And we are lucky, we won. So here I'm squeezing, we have good hands. One guy opened and another called. This is named squeeze. We like to squeeze because the second guy that called the open is capped. It means that he doesn't have a good hand or he would have free bet. Like the best hand he could have like is a pair of eight something or king jack something like that. So when you squeeze, it's very easy because it's like free betting against the initial raiser with two more big blind as a dead money because this guy will never call the squeeze because he doesn't have good hands. Here we don't have free barrel value, so I think I will include that in my check range. I will try to take some value on the turn and maybe on the river. Okay, we free betted here, and I will take as much value as possible. We are against recreative. Okay, he folded, unfortunately. So here we take some value on the turn. There is a lot of draws, so I like to bet more expensive. Here we'll call. Here I like to see bet. On the turn, we might win sometime with our SI. We might have some king queen and like that call on the flop. We bet it very small to keep this kind of hand in his range. Here on the turn, I don't want to bluff. Um, if I bluff here, I'm bluffing to make fold like better hands than ours. He will not fold a 10. He will not fold an 8 or pocket pair. The only better hand that might fold on the turn is ace queen and ace king that he will fold. And here river, I will take some value if he has a pocket pair. I think I will bet small. I think neutral bet like half spot is great solution. And he had kings. Okay, I don't know why he checked on the river. I think he played the end a little bit upside down. I will stop the record here in the next end. When you're leaving your session, please select the option leave at the next big blind. It's very important because you paid for a big blind and you want to play a complete turn on the table. You want to play all the position for free as you pay one big blind for a big for a free turn. Okay. Please don't hesitate to leave a comment if you have any question. I hope you enjoy. Last message for you guys. Don't forget that we have a Discord for our channel where you can join some other poker player and discuss about poker. You have a wonderful section named resources where you can download my PDF. This is kind of information I created of 40 pages with how to learn poker from scratch, from combination position to a very deep strategy and advice I give. So please download it, have a look, and make me some feedback so I can improve it for next player. Thank you very much. See you later, guys. Bye bye.